All right, guys, in today's video, I'm going to be trying a product line that I have never tried before, and I've actually heard pretty good stuff with, and it is Leno's Garage. We're going to be trying the wheel cleaner. So this does look like it has iron removing properties in there. You can kind of see the before and the after. I think this costs like $9 on Amazon, but I'm going to give it a go. This is my first go with Leno's Garage. Any of their products, they have a lot of different things from detailers to waxes to sealants to soaps to all of it. So if you guys are familiar with this product line and there are some gems in here that you think I should try out, like, let me know. I would love to hear it. So this is, I think, just going to be just kind of your standard strong wheel cleaner with some iron removing properties. So I have the wheel kind of sprayed off. It does recommend to spray down the wheel first, get it wet, and then you're going to spray this on your wheel, let it dry for 30, not let it dry, but leave it on there for about 30 to 60 seconds. I am guessing this is just going to be a good wheel cleaner with some iron removers. Probably stinks really bad, but that's typical for it. But for $9, such a steal. I like to use a lot of wheel cleaners with iron remover properties as decontamination on my paint. I've done it for a long time. But let's go ahead and give Leno's Garage a try here. So I'm just going to spray it on. Comes out nice and foamy. Things on there. Yeah, this reminds me a lot of Meguiar's Ultimate Wheel Cleaner, which honestly is a product that I like and I think does a good job. So, all right, I got more than enough on there. So let's just go ahead and let that set, see what it kind of does. You can already see in there, it's turning purple. So it's just taking those iron particles, dissolving them. It'll make the wheel much easier to clean. But the stink wasn't too bad. It reminds me a lot of Meguiar's Ultimate Wheel Cleaner, and that was one that honestly I've really liked and I've used. I would say Meguiar's has a little bit more of a gel substance, so it kind of clings onto the wheel a little bit better. I can kind of see this kind of running off in some areas, but overall, definitely don't mind it, especially for the price of $9. Pretty hard to beat. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spray a little bit in a brush here as we go around. And yeah, I mean, I don't see it pulling a lot of kind of iron off of there. I see it a lot more on the rotor, and I'm sure it's doing work as well. But yeah, I would just say be careful with these types of products. You don't want to apply them on a tire out or a wheel out in the sun and let it dry on there and kind of bake on there. That will ruin your day and potentially ruin your wheels. But overall, I don't mind this. It's got good foam. I feel like there's good lubricity, that it's not kind of dragging or scratching. The smell doesn't bother me. It's not too bad. Definitely has a little bit of iron removing. Can't remember the product, and you can kind of see down there. It's definitely pulling some things off of there. I don't mind it. I definitely want to take it to some wheels that are really hammered to see how well it can do. But overall, I feel like it's definitely giving me a good work time, which I appreciate. You can see there, it's definitely doing some work down there as well. Yeah, I don't mind this. Man, for $9, that's hard to beat. Really hard to beat. Yeah, I like this. I mean, look at it. I got a really long work time. I can still even go back in, and it's got plenty of foam on there. That's the only thing that I don't like sometimes with the wheel cleaners. When they don't feel like really lubricious, or they feel really runny and they don't stick on there, I just don't feel like I'm getting my wheels as clean, or potentially I'm scratching them. Because, you know, your wheels get a lot of baked on brake dust. They can get little pebbles, rocks, sand, grit. And so I always want to make sure that it definitely has good foaming ability. So typically when I clean my wheels, I actually add a little bit of car wash soap as I'm kind of cleaning them, just to give it, you know, kind of that extra step. But just look, I'm just going over this again, and I mean, it's still giving me plenty to work with here in terms of foam. So I actually really like that. It's foaming really good. Let me go ahead and just do the barrels real quick. And then we'll wrap up. You can see down there, it's pulled quite a bit off of there. yeah, I don't mind the smell. It's not bad. I've definitely used more pungent wheel cleaners. But here's kind of my thoughts. I really need to test it on, wheels that are a lot more hammered. I feel these wheels, you know, have like a good clear coat on it from the paint from the manufacturer, so they clean up pretty easy and they don't get pretty nasty. But what I'd like to take it to is like a German car, a BMW or an Audi. And that's usually my test because of the brakes on those and how bad they get. But for $9 on Amazon, I don't know if I'll find anything that I budget-wise can like, because here's the thing, you can get wheel cleaners for cheap, and a lot of you are gonna go, oh, hey, what about Brake Buster? Well, I don't think Brake Buster cleans very good. I think it is affordable. And I get it, it's more for maintenance, but sometimes I need something with a little bit more teeth, something that can remove iron particles, and I don't know. I mean, I need to try it on more hammered wheels, but for the price, the foam, the work time, the smell isn't bad. I really like it, because here's the thing, when you get a $9 a bottle for wheel cleaners, a lot of times they don't have anything to dissolve the brake dust or remove some of those iron particles, and this definitely does it. So, man, I might have to give some other Jay Leno products a try, because this is impressive. I think it's done a really good job. If you guys have used this before, let me know. Let me know your thoughts. But overall, man, I think it's great. And, you know, I did go, you know, pretty crazy on the first wheel. You can kind of see right there, that's how much left. But, man, for the price, for the foam, for the lubricity, for a pleasant kind of experience working time, I may have found a wheel cleaner that I really, really like, because it does everything. And dissolving that iron, it's hard to find something in this price point that can do that. Meguiar's definitely was that way, kind of 10 to 12 bucks, but this is even cheaper. So if you guys have used this, let me know. I'll leave a link in my description below if you want to check it out. If you don't, that's fine too. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.